us started our individual journeys, work-wise, pretty early. I started my first company when I was 22. I didn't go to office. I didn't have huge teams. I was living a remote lifestyle way before everyone else. We didn't have the work environment to connect with new people. So we always had to figure out how do we meet new people. And we were proactive, like we would reach out, we would ask friends to connect us with someone.
I've never went to office, never. And sitting in front of your screen forever, it's really hard because you feel lonely, and it really, first, work takes all of your time, and you don't have time for your friends anymore. It's just like additional activity, and you really have to focus on having that. And then second, the professional environment is just not there. And there were very few conferences at the time, so you don't really have access to anything in a professional field besides internet. So yeah, I reached out to people on Facebook just to have breakfast with them.
I was actually using Tinder back in 2015, but I was in a relationship at that time. And for me,
perfect time for Tinder.
Yeah. And for me, using Tinder was a way to connect with locals when I was traveling. So I was using it inappropriately.
People still say so. You know, I'm just like connecting to...
No, but for me that was the thing, really. And obviously I didn't like that there was an asymmetry in expectations. I wanted an environment where I don't owe anything to anyone. We're just connecting on the pure interest, curiosity.
Like actually just meeting.
And talking, because I've been enjoying conversations my whole life. This is the way for me to learn about life, through talking to other people. It's like I don't have to live everyone else's life, but hearing the stories of other people makes me richer. It helps me.
That's the most natural way to learn.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah. It's always been.
But let's talk about the breakfast. We are lucky to have Tamara with us because she learned about the breakfast a month ago for the first time. So I'm sure she has really good questions. So let's go.
I think it definitely might be challenging for some people just because it's early. You have to get up and head up to this breakfast at a certain time at a certain cafe. But at the same time, what we really wanted to avoid is the lunch agenda or drinks agenda or dinner agenda, because when you think drinks or dinner, the next thing you're thinking is a date, and then all other thoughts that come after. Same with lunch. Like it used to be always about business, about work, very short, very transactional. So we really wanted to avoid this. That's one thing. And also, we just love breakfast.
The whole concept from the very beginning was wanted to find a thing that will actually get people offline. Breakfast is just cool, you know, and it doesn't have to be super early. Like it can be like, I usually don't do breakfast early. Like my usual breakfast is around 10:30, sometimes 11. Sometimes I even do it at 1 p.m. because that's when I have my first meal. It's just the vibe of the morning is so cool. And there was this feedback from one of our members, and he said, people are so pure in the mornings. They didn't get exhausted during the day. They just start the day. They don't have any masks yet. They're just them.
I think what's very practical is that breakfast can be super short. You can grab a coffee, or it can be a proper 4-hour breakfast.
Yeah.
And also, breakfast does not involve alcohol. I mean, it might, but most likely it does not, which also really affects how you interact with another person.
We are very much city-based because we connect people within city. So we need to have a critical mass of people in each location to start connecting them with each other. As people are having more experiences and they're sharing it with their friends, which are located all over the world, we look at the data and we see where people are waiting for us, because people create accounts and we know in which cities they are. When we see local communities growing, we launch there. It's pretty easy. We use the information people share in their profiles. When you join, you fill out your profile. You have the opportunity to fill it out with more information or with less information, and depending on what you shared, we connect you with other people. And also, once you start getting introductions and you start having breakfast, we use that information as well to connect you with other people. And everything counts, from your profile photo to languages you speak, what you're doing, even the breakfast places you list as your favorite. They also count.
So basically, we take all the information that you share and trying to find the most interesting person for you. Oh.
Yeah, that's a really good question because we recently made this post saying that regulars at your favorite place are probably your kind of people because it tells a lot about your taste, what location you actually chose to live in, what do you like, because even the taste of coffee, I don't know, like whether it matters to you, what is coffee like or not, it all says something about you.
Aesthetic as well.
Aesthetics of the place, yeah.
It's definitely an important parameter. It's not the global one, it's not the only one, but it's definitely something.
It's not the defining one, right? But it's a signal. Yeah, a lot.
Oh, every
actually
time.
a lot. All kinds of things happen. We have a few stories of people who got married. One of those couple has a kid already. We have people who started traveling together. We have multiple stories of people becoming friends. We have multiple stories of people saying that that person said something that changed my perspective, the course of my life in a way. Sometimes you just need to hear that sentence, that phrase from a person, maybe to make a decision you've been thinking about for so long. But then there is this moment when another person is just bringing this into the conversation and it changes your life.
The interesting and kind of new thing about the breakfast is that it creates this actual network of people that you know, your community. It doesn't mean that everyone will become a friend of yours, but what's important is that there is someone that you learned from, that you shared some information with, and maybe it creates these weak ties between the people. You might stumble upon them in future and it'll be very on time at this point. It sounds kind of counterintuitive, but it's very true. We're now looking for a very precise person to date, to become your wife, to become your friend, or to become your investor. We have this profile and we're looking for this specific person. But life actually works in a very different way. From studies, you know that if you're looking for a job, the best way to find this job is to have a network and someone who knows you and knows how you do the work and knows someone who is looking for someone for a job will connect you, and it's the best way. Same with dating. One of the best predictors of you having a date and then a marriage is having friends. So it's that easy.
Usually when people talk about their negative experience, it's more like, well, the experience was so good, but then I have this one breakfast and they tell a story.
And so it was weird.
The person was weird or it was boring. It becomes a story.
We recently had a letter from someone who just hit 100 breakfasts. And he said that among these 100 breakfasts, he had 2 weird breakfasts.
Most of the times when people say weird, they refer to the other person to be disengaged. This whole thing is about you interacting. You know, it's like a dance. It's like a ping pong. You know, sometimes people just don't feel the need, or they don't have the experience, or they don't know how to be involved in the conversation.
How to participate. On the breakfast, we have this culture, so people hug. Most of them hug. And when you do this right in the beginning, it's just fine. You just start this conversation and you already have this connection because we're building this culture and people trust it. So it removes this initial awkwardness, I would say, for good.
One-on-one conversation actually helps you to get to know the other person. It helps you to be vulnerable. Therefore, this is a space to build this connection. You're not in a rush. You're very focused on another person. So I think that's the beauty of it.
60 or 90 minutes with a whole person is so much better than 4 or 6 15-minute small talk. It provides a deeper connection because you have the opportunity to ask questions and then they answer and you would ask more questions to get a nuance of the person, because personality is in the details. It's only when you have these questions answered and trying to find the balance, what to ask and what is not to ask and what is really important to the other person, it's where the bond begins. It's when it starts. And I think there is no better way to start the relationship. Even if it doesn't bring you anywhere, you have this spark of connection, and it's just like it gives you so much value. People on the breakfast say, like, for instance, I learned to listen more, because we have this feedback after each breakfast when people say, who was talking more? And some people say, like, I'm always talking more. Why is that? And they start to listen more. And I think this is very important because we really are very bad at listening.